So, as I asked you the question, how many of you are from academic IELTS or general IELTS? Let me just give you an idea. Today, it is going to be general IELTS. Okay, it is going to be general IELTS. So, in case if there are any academic students, you can stay just to learn the pattern. But if it is not going to help you in any ways, you can leave, as it's not going to help you in any ways. So again, I'll just repeat the what we say, the basic information. That is, the task 1 of academic IELTS and general IELTS are different. When you take academic writing, the task 1 is report writing. Whereas when you take general IELTS, the task 1 is letters. So in case if there are any academic students, I would say you can definitely leave. It's not going to help you in any ways. So we can just continue with the students who are going to attend IELTS general examination. IELTS general examination. So I guess that would be better. Okay, let's start the class today. Just a few questions for the participants, the one who is going to appear for IELTS general examination. As I've given the information that the task 1 is going to be letter writing. What is the time duration that you will have for letter writing? The task 1. What is the time duration that you will have for letter writing task 1? 20 minutes? Yes, perfect. 20 minutes. So Manan, you're for general or for academic? Manan, are you going to give? Okay, general. Okay, fine, no problem. So yes, it's 20 minutes. And what is the minimum number of words that you need to write in task 1? What is the minimum number of words? Yes, 150. So you need to make sure that task 1 or task 2, the time duration or the number of words would be same. Whether you take, okay, no problem. That's completely fine. You can definitely go for it. As might be, you can change your decision of not giving the academic and then going for the general. So it's completely fine. You can attend. Okay. So let's continue with our today's session. I'm closing the chat box. Right. First, I'll be introducing the task. I've already introduced myself. My name is Yesha, senior trainer with IELTSMaterial.com. And this is the batch we are running. It's a free 30-day batch. You can consider it as a demo session that I'm giving related to all the modules. Tushal and Essa, can you please give me the question in the chat box? Because I'm actually noticing your your gesture of trying to ask me something. So if you can give me the question in the chat box, I'll answer that. So yes. And today is day 15. We have successfully completed 14 days. Today is the 15th day where we are starting with the task 1, general IELTS training. And then from day 20, we would be starting. From day 20, we would be starting task 2. So I guess the academic students can come back on day 20. Let's continue with the next part. What is that we are going to learn today? What is that we are going to learn today? We are going to learn about the different types of letters, the structure that is followed, as well as the examples related to each and every letter. Okay. So what are the different types of letters? Anyone can give me the answer. How many types of letters you know about? That you have in general training IELTS. Formal, yes. Informal, and then semi-formal, yes. So you have 3 types of letters: formal, semi-formal, and informal. 3 types of letters: formal, informal, and semi-formal. Now, The main question is, what type of language will you be using when you are going for any type of letter? So you will not be using the same type of language for all the letters, right? So what type of language will you be using for formal letters or for informal letters or for semi-formal letters? Can you give me that answer, please? Formal and semi-formal can be taken together somewhere, and you can easy going. Why? Why do you want to go easy? Okay. So formal and semi-formal letters will use a formal language, whereas informal letters can be written with the help of informal way. Yes, casual language. But casual language also doesn't mean that you can use anything anywhere. No, you cannot use any word that is which is not at all appropriate, because you are going it. No slangs allowed. So you cannot write, I am gonna write you a letter. No, I cannot write in that way. Even if I'm writing an informal letter, I will use, I am going to write a letter to you in context to this or with regards to this. So the point is, you cannot use any slang words, you cannot use any foul language, or you cannot use an easygoing language. I can use that word as well. So let's continue with the exact information or exact knowledge about formal, semi-formal, and informal letters. Now, if I take the formal letter, it is actually called, a formal letter is to someone whom you do not know, right? You have not met that person. You do not know that person. Would it be fine if we use formal language with informal letter as well? Yes, you can go for it. There's no problem with that. You can definitely go for it. Many, what they do is they actually don't want to keep different style for any type of letters. But again, this is called as linguistic skills. How well you are able to, develop your linguistic skills, and you can present it in the answers. So what you can do is, let's take contractions. For example, let's take contractions. What is the meaning of contractions? Where we write the short forms as I am. That is, I use apostrophe, right? I cannot use this particular thing in formal as well as in semi-formal. But I can definitely use this in informal letters. I can definitely use this in informal letters. That is why I've taken it as a double arrow. So at least you can just go for this. If you don't want to use any other informal language, that's completely fine. But if you can use contractions and informal language and not using contractions in formal and semi-formal, that's fine. Again, when I talk about the short forms, let's take BHK, that is, we call it for bedroom, hall, kitchen, BHK, right? We're not discussing about task 2, Amarjot. I'm really very sorry. We are actually not discussing about task 2. You cannot make any questions. You definitely cannot raise any question, because you are there to give an answer. You're not there to raise a question. So, and there is no difference between academic writing task 2 and general writing task 2. Both are going to be the same. It's going to be essay writing in both the cases. So there is no difference in essay writing related to academic and general. Okay. BHK is more of texting language. Yes. But still, you cannot use it. So Amarjot, I guess it's clear. And we are discussing about task 1. So I request candidates, if you can just ask me questions related to task 1. Okay. Not about task 2. Right? We will discuss that when we are doing task 2, that is on day 20. I would definitely answer this. So don't worry. You can just, ask me the same question on day 20. Thank you. Yes, it is for general training. Abhay Krishna, it is for general training. class is for general training. Okay, so I would suggest not to use, coming back to the presentation, I would suggest not to use any of the slang language in any of the letters, and you can use contractions in the informal letters, but you cannot use the contractions in formal and semi-formal language. So formal letter is to someone you know in a formal way, or to someone you have not met. You have not met and whose name you do not know. Okay, so this can be, the examples can be requesting information from a company, applying for a job, complaining to a bank, store, or an airplane. These are just examples. And then making a recommendation or suggestion. Next is coming to semi-formal letters. Coming to semi-formal letters, when we come to semi-formal, you know that person, or you may not have met. You know that person, but you do not know that person personally. It's just a formal relationship. You can consider this as a colleague, or you can consider this as, complaining to a landlord, which is given here, complaining to a landlord, or asking a professor for permission. So you know your professor, but you do not know the professor personally. So wherein you can use the starting part, or I would say the salutation part, as dear Mr. Thomas, dear Mr. John, dear Mrs. Kapoor. You can use in this way because you know that person, you know the name of the person, but you do not know the person personally. This is the difference between formal and semi-formal letter. When you come to informal letter, this is to anyone from your family members or from your friends, or it's he or she is a very close person to you. He is, you know him personally, and you have a good relationship with that person. So that can be your parents, your friends, or your relatives, or anyone who is around you. You can also, discuss this with your neighbor, but that neighbor, that neighbor, so you were too close to that neighbor, and he is a kind of friend. So only in that case you can write it, or you can consider it as an informal letter. But generally, if I talk about the question types, then you can, when we talk about the question types, you can definitely get the question like, write a letter to your friends, like write a letter to your uncle. Relatives case is very rare. Generally, you get the questions related to write a letter to your friend. So that is considered as informal letter. So now let's take, if I write a letter to your, write a letter to your landlord, explaining him that you would be vacating your house. You would be vacating the house by next month. What kind of letter it will be? Write a letter to your landlord, explaining him that you would be vacating the house by next month. What kind of letter it will be? Will it be a formal letter, a semi-formal letter, or an informal letter? Yes, it will be a semi-formal letter. Write a letter to an advertising company, suggesting him to provide an advertisement related to your company, and you have given the details. So what kind of letter it will be? Formal letter. Yes, because you do not know the person who is there in the advertising company, who is the manager, who is the CEO, or whoever it is, or to exactly to whom you need to write this letter. You do not know that as well. You're just writing a letter in context of giving an advertisement, and that's it. Okay. Write a letter to your friend, inviting him for a housewarming party. So what kind of letter it will be? Obviously, it will be informal letter. Yes, it will be informal letter. So this is the way how you need to analyze the question. Read the question where it says write a letter to, and this particular question will give you an understanding. Is it going to be a formal, or is it going to be an informal, or is it going to be a semi-formal letter, right? Now, I had a question from a couple of participants. Yes, this call is for this call is for general training. How can we start semi-formal letter? How to write body paragraph 1? See, Mani, the point is today is a day where I'm going to introduce a structure. Tomorrow we'll be taking how we can write the body paragraphs. The third day we'll be taking the examples, the way how I can address the letters and how I can make sure that I write my letters properly, the language and all those things, the vocabulary, everything. Then the fourth day is explaining the examples wherein you will be determining me, giving what bands the examiner must have given to this particular candidate. So it's a kind of case study that we would be doing on the fourth day, right? So one after the other day, we would be learning one after the other aspect. So just have some patience. We will do everything. So it will go one by one, right? Mandeep Kaur and Tushal, I request you, if you have any question, please write it in the chat box. Rather than raising your hand again and again, it is somewhere distracting my concentration, right? Okay. Now, okay. Now, let's take to the next part. As I said, every day, it's been almost 15 days where we completed listening module, we completed reading module. Many have learned, too many exercises, the strategies of all the question tasks, and almost we have completed the whole module. So again, the question comes, how would you practice? So you need some practice materials. We do have that. So just go to our website where you can avail the books for the IELTS related to all the modules as well as related to the two different examinations, that is IELTS Academic and IELTS General. You can get the combo with the discount of special 20. And the website is, let me just send you the website, that is store.ieltsmaterial.com. It is actually store.ieltsmaterial.com. You just have to go to this particular website to buy these books. Don't forget, these are recent actual test questions, and you would be really benefited with the different question types and with all the practicing part. So don't miss that. Now let's come to the main aspect of today's lecture, which is 6 steps approach to structuring a letter. So this particular part is called as 6-part structure because it has 6 parts where you start with writing dear plus name, or it can be anything, addressing them with only sir or madam. And then the second paragraph is related to writing the reason or purpose of the letter, which you will have in the question as your first statement. You just have to paraphrase that part and present it in the second paragraph, or I would say the first paragraph, the first paragraph, and you would be better able to understand how you're going to write the purpose of the letter. What is the purpose of the letter? The reason or the objective of writing the letter. You can take this, I'll just explain you an easy method. You write your email and you write something as subject, anything. If it is an application, if it is a job application, you write very clearly that it is called as, that the email is related to a job application. Just the same thing, you just have to take that subject and you have to write it in the first paragraph. Mandeep Kaur, you're an academic student. Then if you want to attend the session, you can. Otherwise, you can leave the session because this is for general training. It's not for academic students. We will be starting again the academic training from day 20. So you just have to wait for 4 days from 25th September. We'll be starting it from 25th September. So you just have to wait for 4 days and come back again on 25th September. Is it okay? Yes. So what you can, okay, coming back to the structure, then the first paragraph, the first body paragraph is write the first bulleted point in detail. The second body paragraph is write the second bulleted point in detail. The third body paragraph is write the third bulleted point in detail. So here, with this, you cover the 5 paragraphs, and the last paragraph is called as subscription. What is the meaning of subscription? You write yours faithfully, yours truly, yours sincerely, with love, best regards, best wishes. It actually depends on what type of letter you're writing, and only regarding that you will make sure that you can write a subscription according to that. Okay, if it is a formal letter, then you write only yours faithfully, no other subscription other than yours faithfully. So this is also what we would be learning. We will be learning this by tomorrow. Today we are going to give today we are going to go through some examples. Okay, now coming back to the point, again, just remember that letters are always considered as 6-part structure. Letters are always considered as 6-part structure. Okay. Now you need to write your name, which is very important and a very good question, Mani. You need to write your name. Please do not write XYZ. Even I would suggest do not mention anything related to XYZ company. I am applying to XYZ company as an assistant manager. Why do you want to write XYZ company? Write any name of the company, but proper name of the company. So the point is you will be using proper nouns. Okay, this XYZ and these all we used to use this in our school days. IELTS is something different. Even when we consider the school days letters, they're very different from the IELTS ones. In the school days, we used to write from, to, and then we start from dear sir, or we start with respected sir or madam. In this way, we write or we explain our letters. But the point is, we are not writing any addresses, no address related to from, to, nothing like that, no mentioning of the date. We used to write the date in the right-hand side and the day as well. We are not going to do anything like that. It is just, we will start from dear sir or madam. We'll start with our paragraphs. The paragraphs are also organized in a way where it will not be difficult for you to construct a proper letter or structure a proper letter, because you are going to depend on the questions or the main points that is given in the question. So you already have an idea. You just have to imagine that a question is asked and you're answering that question. You have 3 questions, 3 bulleted points and answer those. That's it. So you have to write your names. Again, there is another criteria in writing the names. If you take formal and semi-formal letter, write your first name as well as your last name. But when you take informal letter, you can just write only your first name. That's completely fine. Are the band scores divided among 2 writing tasks? 3 bands for task 1 and 6 bands for task 2. Please clarify. Yes, of course. But it's not like this. 3 bands for task 1 and 6 bands for task 2. It's not like this. It is actually related to the weightage. You have 35% of weightage in task 1 and 65% of weightage in task 2. The calculation, I think it would be better if you attend the last session as well related to the letters, where we are going to discuss about the calculator part as well, where you would be allowed to, read the question and then give me what type of, what band scores this particular candidate would be receiving. It's a kind of case study that we would do. And on that day, I'll clarify how it is calculated. Okay, but yes, the task 2, whether it is academic or general IELTS, the task 2 is a category which has the highest weightage. Okay, now let's continue with the next part, where we have a question format of a formal letter. The question says, you recently ordered a small item online, but when it arrived, it was unusable. So the point is, let's just discuss about the main area which you need to focus when you are writing a letter. So the point is, there is a situation already given. Ordered a small item online. So you did something, that is, you did an online shopping. You ordered a small item and this is the situation, but it arrived as unusable. You cannot use that item and you want to replace it, or you want to do you would be asking the company to do something for you. So the first question that you will be writing attending is, give details about the order you made. So what would be the details? The details would be related to the item, the product that you purchased, and you are going to describe about that in detail. Okay, when did you purchase? How did you make the order? And also after how long it reached to your place, and you opened it, and then you realize that this is not going to be used by you, or it is of no use for you. So you need to write that. Explain what was wrong with the item. Okay, either you can take it the whole context in a way that you cannot use it, or you can take it the context in a way by saying that you will not be able to use it because it is damaged, it is destroyed, it is destructed, and the only part that you did was you opened it after you received, and the executive and the executive left. So you can describe that situation as well. And next, the third paragraph, that is the fifth paragraph, will be related to, the fourth paragraph will be related to tell the company what you want to do them. So you will be explaining that either you replace the item with another one, or if you can process the refund, that would be great. Any option is okay for you. Now, this also depends. For example, you say that this particular product is not going to be used by you. You cannot use this particular item. No point of replacing it, right? You can just ask them to refund, or you can say that if the money can be added to your wallet, you will make, you'll make the purchases later on. But if you have the money in the wallet, at least it can be used in the future. But if the product is damaged, it is destructed, so definitely you can ask for a refund as well as a replacement of the same product. So you will be getting a new product related to that. Okay, so you can take two situations. We need to write introduction paragraph or directly start with the first bullet point. That is what I said. You need to write the purpose of the letter, which is called as the introduction paragraph. This is called as the purpose of the letter. This, reason, or the purpose of writing the letter. Why are you writing the letter? You are writing the letter to the manager requesting him to replace the item or refund the, you are asking the person to refund, or you are writing the letter in context to the item that you received or the product that you received a couple of days ago, and it is actually unusable. The main purpose of writing is it is actually unusable. So this has made you write the letter. That is the introduction. You will be presenting your introduction. That is, why are you writing this letter? The reason or purpose or objective of the letter as your first paragraph. That is called as introductory paragraph. Okay. Now, let's continue with the answer. You can see that this particular answer, I have written it in this way. Is this will be a request letter or a complaint letter? It will be a kind of request letter. You're requesting. It's not a complaint letter because you, the company did not do anything with the product. It came, they had sent it, and might be something must have happened in the middle of in the middle of the delivery. And at that point of time, you also did not realize, you must also not have realized that this can be damaged, or even the company must not have realized that it would be damaged. But yes, at least they can take care, and they could have, made some proper arrangements related to this. So this is a request letter. You're requesting something. Okay. Okay. So you would be dealing it with 20 minutes. Take 5 minutes to plan your letter, analyzing the question, what type of question it is, and then you will be making answers yourself. This is called as mind mapping. You will be making answers for these 3 questions. Okay. You will be making answers for these 3 questions, and you will make sure that you have proper answers. The other thing is you cannot write anything out of the box. So just make sure if you are giving the details of the order, then just give the details of the order. If you are explaining about the wrong things about the item, So you are going to explain only about the wrong things. Next is tell the company what you want them to do. So just request the company what you are expecting from them, and only you will be writing about that. So the point is stick to the question and give the answers exactly to the question that is asked. This is called as targeting the question. Okay. According to this, you will take 15 minutes to write the letter. I would suggest take only 10 to 12 minutes to write the letter or type the letter, because you already have a concept in your mind. And take 2 to 3 minutes to check the letter, proofread it, and then you will come to know that you have written a very good letter. That's it. Nothing else to do with this. Letters are always going to be easy to be written. Only the point is you need to understand the basic thing, how to write a letter and what categorization it has according to the structure. That's it. If you understand that properly, then I would say getting 8 bands in letters is very easy. But again, it also depends on the proper grammar and a few rules, as well as related to the vocabulary, because everywhere, that is, if I take writing task 1 related to academic, you have a different set of vocabularies. When I take general training vocabularies, they are completely different. When I take the task 2 vocabularies, they're different. Again, there is a set of linkers which cannot be used in academic writing and general training task 1. So the point is the categorization. Now again, the question mark is it possible for me to explain everything? No. That is why we have the one-on-one live session where you can just understand the way, the method, or the basic, the basic teaching methodology, I would say, which is associated with IELTSMaterial.com, and you can take this session as a demo session. You don't have to go separately for a demo session. You're already knowing about us, how the classes would be conducted, and then you can make up your mind. For example, if you're going to attend the examination in the near future, just have these perspectives in your mind that we would be giving you free ebooks. The ebooks which you can buy, or you are going to buy from our store, you would be getting those ebooks for free. Evaluations for writing and speaking, the proper feedback for all the mock tests, full-length mock tests, and again, you would be given one-on-one personal training or personal guidance, which is the best part I would consider. Okay, so I guess I don't have to explain this again, but yes, you can consider this as a demo session. We have trainers exactly like me who would explain you everything in each and every session, and it would become easier for you to take up the IELTS examination according to your time limit or according to your duration. So if you are a beginner, you can go for a detailed learning. If you have already attended the session, then, if you have already attended the examination, then you can take up the session for a month, or you can go for a crash course. Or if you want guidance only related to 1 module or 2 modules, we also have a personalized session plan related to that as well. Okay, so completely depends on you, how you would like to continue. And yes, this is a thing related to IELTS material. Now let's come back to the answer. So in the answer, you can see that we have written 4 paragraphs, the 4 proper paragraphs. This is what is called as the purpose of the letter. Explaining about the purpose, that is, last Monday, I ordered a cover for my HTC phone from your e-commerce website. I was excited when it arrived, but very disappointed to find that the product was not as promised and totally unusable. I'm hoping you will replace it. So this is what I'm expecting in a very short way. It's already given. Now, the answer, that is the first question, was related to giving the details. So I'm giving the details of the product in relation to the specifics of the order. The specifics of the order means the detailed information about the order. I purchased this leather cover through your website called Electronic Gadgets on November 8th using my PayPal account. The order number is this, and I'm attaching a copy of my receipt with this letter. Okay. Instead of unusable here, okay. To Totally unusable, usable, unusable. I guess I also need to search. Very truly speaking. Unusable, you can take it as a collocation. Totally cannot be used. Totally non-profitable, unusable, non-profitable. Totally, no, you cannot use damaged. You cannot use damage. It is saying that you cannot use it. Okay, so you can go for not beneficial. Not beneficial means it is not going to benefit you in any ways as you cannot use it. So you can go for non-beneficial. Unconsumable. Unconsumable, okay, you cannot use it, but again, consumable and unconsumable is somewhere, okay, you can definitely use it. Yes, you can use it. Unconsumable, you can go for it. You can also say it's not beneficial, or it's not unconsumable, it's not profitable, non-profitable. You can also use this because it is not going to benefit you in any ways. Okay. Yes. Next is the issue. Now we are discussing about the second question. The issue with the cover is that it is not a genuine leather product and I'm unable to store my phone inside it securely. The picture of the item on your website clearly shows the cover supports the HTC Desire 12 Plus model and is an original leather product. So I'm sure this is a manufacturing flaw. Okay, I'm not going to use this again. I will not be using any contractions in formal letter. So it's a typo error. I've changed it. So I will be writing, so I'm sure this is a manufacturing flaw. What is the meaning of flaw? A manufacturing defect. Okay. Next is as a solution, and because I really like the design and look of the cover, I am hoping that you will agree to replace it with a new and genuine one for free. Otherwise, I would like a full refund and I will be contacting PayPal complaints if I do not hear back from you in regards to this within a week. Thank you for giving the matter your attention and I hope to hear your reply soon. Yours faithfully, John Smith. You are going to write this as yours faithfully, comma is very important because yours faithfully is always written in formal letters. And only yours faithfully is used as we do not know the person. I do not know who is the manager or to whom I'm writing, the complaint manager or the request manager. I do not know, or the HR manager or the one who is handling the section of the complaint department. Okay. So no, you cannot use thanks and regards. I would suggest not to use because again, this is not an email. It is a letter. It's not an email, it's a letter. So I would suggest not to use thanks and regards related to, no, sincerely also cannot be used. Sincerely is used for semi-formal letter. When you know the person, you have written the name of the person, you do not know that person personally, but you can write your sincerely only in the case of semi-formal letter, not in the case of formal letters. Okay? Do not write it in the place of formal letters. Don't do that. Okay. Now, let's continue with the next part, the question related to the semi-formal letter. Now, see, can you tell me what type of letter is this? What type of letter is this? It is a semi-formal letter, but what type of, what is the other categorization, the subcategory of this letter? What is the subcategory of this letter? Is it an invitation letter, apology letter, Thanksgiving letter, complaint letter, or is it related to requesting letter? Please read the question properly. Is it an apology letter, or is it an complaint letter, or is it a complaint letter, or is it a Thanksgiving letter? What is it? Read all the points and then give the answer. Read all the points and then give the answer. It's an apology letter. So Yogita, it's an apology letter because a complaint was already made by the neighbors. You are writing in reply to that particular letter. Yes. So you are apologizing for the noise that is disturbing the neighbors throughout the day, and you are explaining the situation, why is it disturbing and how many days it would take, and what will you make sure that it does not bother the neighbors, and how it would not bother the neighbors from now. So all those things you will be writing. So you are actually apologizing for the noise that is bothering the neighbors. Okay, so that is what here it is. It is an apology letter. It is an apology letter. So you have to explain the reason for the noise. You can, you have to apologize for the noise, as well as you will also mention what action you are going to take related to this particular problem. Okay, so this is semi-formal letter. You know your neighbor, but might be you do not know him personally. So that is why this is considered as a semi-formal letter. Let's take the answer. See, I've very clearly written the name of the neighbors, that is Mr. and Mrs. Williams. And hence, I've also written it as yours sincerely. It is also written it as yours sincerely. You can see the first paragraph, which clearly states the purpose of writing the letter, where I am giving my sincere apology for the inconvenience that is caused, and you will make sure that you will take care of it in the future as well. You have started learning the piano recently. You can also say that you have started with the furniture work, or your house is being renovated with the new furniture, and that is why the neighbors must be bothered with the sound. But you are requesting the neighbors just to adjust for a few days as the work is going to get completed, and you will make sure that this particular problem doesn't happen in the future. You will give the order to the furniture company, but you'll make sure that this particular work doesn't happen at your place, and it does not disturb the other people as well around the does not disturb the other people in the neighborhood. You can also write something like this. So you can take different situations. You can take your own situation as well, where there is a disturbance, and that particular disturbance is creating a problem for the neighbors. Might be they are old people, they want to sleep in the afternoon, but they couldn't do that. So everything. So the point is, create a situation by yourself. Here there is no situation given, so you have the freedom of creating the situation, and you can take the complete situation forward. Make sure that the complete situation is taken for all the 3 paragraphs, and you're apologizing for the same. Okay. Next is yes, you have, it's completely written. The second paragraph describes about the question that is given. Explain the reason for the noise. So you are explaining the reason for the noise. And then the third paragraph is apologizing, right? And you are also presenting a solution in the next paragraph, that is the last paragraph. Again, I hope this unpleasant situation has not hurt our friendship. Again, I'll just change here. I'm so sorry to write it in the informal way. Has not hurt our relationship or friendship. Yours sincerely, Alfred Harris. Please make sure, related to the punctuation as well, very important to notice the punctuation, the commas and the full stop and everywhere. So this is the part also you will be explained in the one-on-one session. The importance of punctuation and where you should use a comma, where a semicolon can be used, the full stop, the first letter to be started with the capital letter. Everything will be explained. It's not, you cannot say that these are not important. No, these are also very important when you take the writing assessment. Each and everything will be assessed by the trainer, and that is what you will be having the facilities, or I would say the benefits of joining the one-on-one session, which I already explained. So the cross marks are related to the free learning. Here also, if you see, it's not possible for me to give you a few questions. And the same thing, you will get it in the one-on-one session, where, for example, let's take the candidate, the trainer has explained the candidate related to 6-part structure. Then she would be giving a few questions, which you can take it as an assignment and you can complete that. Again, the evaluation will be given related to that assignment with the improvements. So you can make the improvements and day by day you can see the progress. So that is what is facilitated with the one-on-one learning. Okay. And for that, you just have to visit the website IELTSMaterial.com. Consider this particular session as your demo session. Okay. Next is, let's take up the last question. An example related to informal letter, where you can see the question clearly says, write a letter to your friend. Write a letter to this friend. Which friend? Now, can you tell me what type of letter it is? You recently received a letter from a friend asking for advice about whether to go to college or to try to get a job. You think he or she should get a job. What is this letter? What is this letter? Is it a complaint letter? Is it an advice letter? Or is it an apology letter? Or is it just a normal casual letter? Or is it a letter related to Thanksgiving? What is this letter? What is the type of the letter here? It's a suggestion letter, exactly. It's an advice or a suggestion letter. Anyone else? Of course, advice letter, yes. So here also, if you see, there are 3 questions. So again, the point is you will get 3 questions to complete your 6-part structure. Okay, you will get 3 questions to complete your 6-part structure. The questions are, say why he or she would not enjoy going to college. Explain why getting a job is a good idea for him or her. Suggest types of jobs that would be suitable for him or her. This particular thing will depend on a few skills that you already know about your friend. Okay, you are aware of the skills that you know about your friend, and that is what you need to explain. You can say that I have known about you related to this particular skill, and I also have the information that you're very good in this ability or in this task, and I would suggest you to take up a few jobs related to the same. So you can take communication skill, you can take English teacher, you can also take you have a very good patience level, you're good with English as well, so you can start taking up a job as a caretaker, or you can start your job as a babysitter. You can do something like this. So explain the skill and then suggest a job. Okay, that would be the best idea, because you're showing the connection. Okay, let's go to the answer. So here the answer is, dear James. I'm writing it very clearly, directly to the person. So it is giving you the statement that is, dear James, hope you're doing great. So this is your greeting your friend, and you are also giving the context of the letter. That is, you are writing the letter to advise him a few things. Okay, that is what should be there in the first letter. So the first paragraph, sorry. Next is, give your personal suggestion. Okay, the second paragraph is going to be your personal suggestion. What is going to be your advice? Then also give him the reason why he should take up a job. Why he should take up a job. Next is, you explain the ability of your friend and also give a few suggestions of what type of job he can go for. Then also say that I hope my suggestion would help you decide what is best for you. And again, related to that, you can continue with your job profile. Okay. At the end, you can write warm regards, Jeffrey. You can see that I've not mentioned the first name and the last name. It's completely only first name. Okay. So the question is from Yogita, can we write an example of any specific profession like doctor or engineer degree? You cannot write like that. Why do you want to write like that? Doctor or engineer degree? What is the main idea of writing an example? Can you please explain me the, the main idea of presenting an example? Sorry, why do you want to present an example related to doctor or engineer? It has to be a general topic or job. That is, no, I'm not saying that you can write a general topic or job. Here, see, I've clearly mentioned, I feel you should work in a large retail shop as a salesperson, or perhaps join a small company that serves customer directly, because you're really good in convincing people, and you also are good with your communication skill. And that is why I have suggested this friend to take up a job as a salesperson or a small company that serves customers directly. Okay, so you can become a customer service executive. Why? Because the communication skill is really good. So I can definitely give, but I cannot give doctor or engineer, because the person has to complete the university education related to doctor or engineer. Only after that it will be possible for him to take up a job as a doctor or engineer. So select a job which does not require the university education, because we are suggesting, rather than going for a university, rather than going for a university college to take up a university course, it is better to go for a job. We are suggesting that. Okay, so why should we tell him that, go for this particular thing? I meant if he's going for masters, we can say go for a job. Okay, yes, you can, yes. So you can say this, yes. But again, it is the explanation. We have to clear this point. Okay, don't keep it half away. Don't do it that. Giving half information and half information is completely blank. So just write a sentence related to saying that already you have completed your graduation in engineering. So I would suggest you can definitely go for a job where the hands-on experience will give you an idea how the master's qualification would be. And I would suggest that rather than going for university education, you can also take up online education for the master's program, and simultaneously you can go for a job for your experience. So say something like this. You can definitely say something like this. Okay. So yes, you can go for it, but explain it that you have already completed your graduation, 4 years graduation program. Clear, Yogita? I guess I have cleared it in a better way, as well as the feedback. I am really grateful receiving your feedback of the sessions that you're enjoying, also the way the sessions are going. So thank you so much for the feedback. Again, I will just send you the form related to the feedback, and I would be really happy to get those feedback, because these feedback do matters. They actually give me a very good idea how I should conduct the classes or how it should be going. So thank you so much for the feedback. So I'm sending the feedback form again. If you can, give your review on this. I'm sending it to everyone. Yeah, welcome, Kritika. Okay, so I have sent the feedback form. Please make sure that you give your feedback, your reviews about the sessions. And again, the instruction is we will be continuing with task 1, general IELTS, general training IELTS, till 19th of, sorry, till day 19. That is, why you cannot hear my voice? Everyone can listen to me. I'm audible properly. We're going to end up the session, Gurpreet. So in case if you have any other question, please, yes, of course. So please give me your give me your questions in the chat box. We have 2 minutes to continue with your questions or queries. And I'm also going to send you the channel, the link to the YouTube channel. Do subscribe to our channel. Make sure you watch the previous videos as well, in case if you haven't attended any of those from day 1 to day 14. You can definitely attend those videos with the help of this particular YouTube channel. It is IELTSMaterial.com. And subscribe to our channel to get the intimation about the next session, the next live session, and you can go live with us. Is it 30-day session or it is just 90? It is 30-day session. We started from day 1 and we will be continuing to day 29. But I guess you must have missed out from day 1 to day 14. So you can watch those videos through our YouTube channel. You can subscribe to the channel and you can watch those videos. Okay, Yogita? Fine. Any other questions, please? Welcome. Any other questions? How to increase vocabulary? It's only when you, when you do many exercises related to vocabularies, and only then it is possible for any candidate to complete. Also getting the knowledge of different connectors, linkers, the synonyms, the evaluation, I would say. The evaluations also help in explaining the vocabularies as well, right? Does vocabulary affects on task 1 and task 2? Of course, it does. It does. Yes, it definitely affects the score on task 1 and task 2 both, because it is very important that you show your lexical resource, and only with the help of lexical resource it becomes effective, that you are very good with your linguistic skills. Linguistic skills is not only showing your English language in terms of grammar, it is also in terms of vocabulary as well, right? So yes, definitely the vocabulary will affect the task 1 and task 2 scores. It will affect. So this is one thing. What you can do is you can join the one-on-one live sessions to get the vocabulary ebook. And you will definitely say that this ebook is different from the other ebooks that you must have come across through different other websites, and through the free materials that is available from the website. So you will definitely enjoy the ebook, because those are related to different topics as well as different tasks. Okay. Any other question, please? Any other question? If you have any other question, you can please let me know in the chat box. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Nandini. Okay, so we are ending up the session today, and we make sure that we meet tomorrow. Same time, 7 p.m. Continuing with the next part. Ma'am, I really have problems in writing task 2. Please help me. Yes. We would be doing the writing task 2 from day 19. Gurpreet, it's day 19. Today it is day 15. Just calculate your days according to that. Day 19.